officers opening fire on a UPS truck after a high-speed chase during rush hour. The truck stolen, drivers right there on the highway. Images from the scene coming in right now. Also breaking tonight, the U.S. Army Black Hawk down tonight, disappearing from radar. Issuing a mayday just minutes after takeoff, the National Guard losing contact. The major turn on impeachment tonight, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying, the president leaves us no choice, telling the House today to move to impeach. Then the question shouted at the speaker, she stops, fires back, and returns to the microphone. Joe Biden's fiery confrontation during a town hall today, calling a voter a damn liar, challenging him to an IQ test at a push-up contest. What the voter had just said to Biden. The horrifying images tonight, the death of a teenager in Border Patrol custody. He'd been sick with the flu, he is seen collapsing. 2 back-to-back storms, one system set to travel right across the country. Rob times it out. The disturbing video tonight, the moment a woman deputy is tackled. She opens fire to get the suspect off her, accidentally shooting the suspect's mother nearby. Overseas tonight, the violent protests on the streets of Paris. Fires, tear gas, water cannons, fighting to keep their pensions. And the major Alzheimer's headline tonight, the new drug doesn't hold promise in slowing down the disease.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a very busy Thursday night. And we begin with a horrific scene playing out just a short time ago, a dangerous shootout right during rush hour on a Florida highway. Police in a high-speed chase after a UPS truck is stolen across several counties. Right during the evening rush, packages sent flying from the truck. Authorities are on the scene right now, and what they're now saying, what began as an armed robbery, ending in gunfire, drivers all around. Our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, leading us off.
Tonight, brazen urban crime unfolding on the streets of Coral Gables, Florida. A high-speed chase, police in hot pursuit of this stolen UPS truck. Packages littering the highway with an armada of police cars close behind. The suspect trying to turn, almost hitting a car, jumping on the sidewalk. It all started after an armed robbery involving 2 suspects wielding handguns. Our affiliate WPLG reporting a victim shot in the head as it unfolded.
The suspect behind that UPS vehicle is extremely dangerous. He has already committed an armed robbery in Coral Gables where somebody has been shot.
At least one of the suspects hijacks the UPS truck, apparently taking the driver as hostage.
Police have guns drawn. Shots are fired. Shots have been fired. You're watching this unfold. You see all those shots fired.
The chase ends in a barrage of gunfire as the man attempts to exit the truck. An active crime scene still playing out.
Just an awful scene a short time ago. Pierre Thomas with us.
In Minnesota. Ron Mott has late details. Ron, what do we know about this?
Hey there, Lester. Unfortunately, it looks like this is a tragic end to a search that has been going on all afternoon. You can see the wreckage there in the snow. Officials say 3 Minnesota National Guard soldiers were on that flight. They were conducting a maintenance test flight that had lifted off from the St. Cloud Airport and lost communication shortly after 2 o'clock, making a mayday call 9 minutes into the flight. Radio transmissions indicate rescuers zeroed in on this crash site by tracking cell phone pings from some of the occupants on that helicopter. There's no official word yet tonight on the condition or identities of those aboard, Lester.
All right, Ron Mott, thanks for the update. Now to Hawaii and the deadly shooting at Pearl Harbor where a gunman opened fire, killing 2 and injuring a 3rd victim. Tonight we're learning more about that gunman. Miguel Almaguer is there and has late details.
Gunfire triggering panic and terror at Pearl Harbor. Police and medical teams racing to the scene of an active shooter just after 2 p.m. on Wednesday. The U.S. military base locked down.
We want to help, obviously, but we can't. So that's probably like the worst part.
A sailor opening fire on 3 civilians, killing 2 before taking his own life. A witness describing the scene to NBC affiliate KHNL.
I heard like loud pops, and I looked out the window. Saw 3 people on the ground.
The Navy identifying the shooter only as a male sailor, who law enforcement sources say carried out the attack with his service weapons. With motive still unclear, the Navy says the shooter was assigned to this nuclear submarine, the USS Columbia, docked at the shipyard for maintenance. The carnage unfolding across the harbor from the iconic World War II memorial.
Our sincere thoughts are with the families of the victims and everyone involved.
Tara Capoy telling the AP her husband Vincent Capoy Jr. is one of the 2 civilians killed, with a 3rd victim in stable condition. This is the latest deadly rampage on a U.S. military base. Tonight in Hawaii, as they prepare to mark the 78th anniversary of its darkest day, tragedy has struck Pearl Harbor again.
With the base here at Pearl Harbor back to normal operations, there has been no impact to the nearby memorial. Meantime, investigators are interviewing several witnesses and trying to speak to family and friends close to the suspect. Lester, tonight there remains no official motive.
All right, Miguel, thank you. History unfolding tonight as Democrats take a dramatic and material step toward impeaching President Trump, with the president even today clinging to his mantra that it's all a hoax. A deadly serious. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was directing House leaders to start drafting articles of impeachment. Peter Alexander has late details.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi tonight wielding the power of her office in an effort to remove the president from his.
Today, I'm asking our chairman to proceed with articles of impeachment.
Pelosi echoing the words of the founding fathers, saying President Trump's alleged wrongdoing strikes at the heart of the Constitution.
Our democracy is what is at stake. The president leaves us no choice but to act, because he is trying to corrupt, once again, the election for his own benefit.
3, 2, 1. The president tonight celebrating the season while counting down the days to his likely impeachment that could come before Christmas.
It's a hoax. It's a hoax. It's a big fat hoax.
Earlier, defiantly challenging Democrats to move quickly, tweeting, "If you're going to impeach me, do it now, fast, so we can have a fair trial in the Senate, and so that our country can get back to business." Tonight, the White House is aggressively gearing up for an impeachment trial early next year in the Republican-controlled Senate, where the president and his allies are confident he would be acquitted.
The Speaker gave a speech on national television to push forward her rushed and partisan impeachment.
The president today reiterating his demand that many key Democrats be called to testify, including House Intelligence Chairman Adam Schiff and Joe Biden, who today confronted an Iowa voter who questioned his age and accused him of having sold access to the White House, claiming Biden sent his son to serve on the board of a Ukrainian energy company.
You're selling access to the president just like he is. So
You're a damn liar, man. That's not true. And no one has ever said that. No one has ever said that.
I see it on the TV.
You see it on the TV. No, I know you do. And by the way, that's why I'm not staying there. Let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do.
Also bristling at a question today, Speaker Pelosi, as she was leaving a news conference, asked by a reporter whether she hates the president.
I don't hate anybody. We don't hate anybody. I pray for the president all the time. So don't mess with me when it comes to words like that.
Tonight, House Democrats are still debating whether those articles of impeachment should be limited to the president's dealings with Ukraine or broadened out to include what they call a pattern of obstruction that takes into account the findings of the Mueller report. Lester?
Peter, thank you.
First of all, I want to say something. I want to weigh in on this. My battery's soon to go dead on my phone. Nobody hates nobody pertaining to the Christian society. We only hate what either people are involved in or what they should be involved in that they hadn't been involved in, or we hate what they're doing that they shouldn't be doing, or we hate what they hadn't been doing that they ought to be doing. Okay? Secondly, the warnings has been given out to the United States government pertaining to a bloody road ahead. Until the American people get enough of this, all these shootings and killings, it don't matter if it's in Florida or 2 days from the anniversary of the actual attack of Pearl Harbor. Whenever the American people get enough of this BS that's been going on,